Next question from Sarah Squid69, who says, InXile is teasing a new FPS RPG. We know they're working on 2 games using the Unreal Engine 5, and one of those games is most likely Wasteland 4. But their second project we knew nothing about until now. My question is, what is the chances InXile is making a new Fallout game? The reason I ask this is because historically only Bethesda Game Studios worked on Fallout 3, 4, 76. Right now they're working on Starfield and already announced their next project being Elder Scrolls. They don't really do 2 development teams, so they'll be busy for at least the next 8 years. InXile has history with Wasteland, which is the predecessor to Fallout, as Fallout was made by the original InXile team after they lost the Wasteland IP because of legal stuff. We'll go from there because it goes on a little bit just talking about the history in which InXile have. Do you think InXile could be working on a new Fallout game? Matt P. Pregnant pulse.
No.
Someone's never podcasted
Yeah,
before.
I don't know. Again, I'm 50-50. I'm 50-50 on it, man. I'm going to say no. I think Fallout 76 was a nightmare. And I think they probably want to stay away from it for a while as a whole. And
until the next number game, right?
Probably. Yeah, until Fallout 5.
5.
Or technically it would be Fallout 6, because if you count 76 as 5. Anyway.
Well, no, 76 is a prequel.
Sure, but yeah, okay. Yeah.
That's how numbers work, right?
There anyway. They should, with Fallout, they should just call it the Vault number going forward, right?
That's actually
Like,
not a bad. That'd be too confusing. That'd actually be way too confusing.
Fallout
Unless it's Fallout.
Or something.
Yeah, that'd be confusing if you're just looking at a list of Fallouts and you want to get a sense of
That's
like,
true.
what order should I play this? Fallout 13's over here, and then Fallout
you're right.
121. But you have to play 121
It
before
would be
13.
cool, though. I can see why it would be cool. But yeah, no, I suppose from a marketing perspective, it'd be awful.
It'd be a nightmare. Yeah, that's a bad idea. But anyway, yeah, but the next one now has to then be called Fallout 77, right? By that logic. Anyway, I don't think they will, because I think Fallout 76 was a nightmare, and I think they probably want to steer clear of it. They want to get out Starfield, they want to get out Elder Scrolls, they want to get out a couple of other things to apply a bit of a cushion to say, look, no, we do still know what we're doing, and now we're
but that doesn't apply to InXile.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But the mainstream don't know that a different team would be working on this.
The mainstream
76.
don't give a fuck about Fallout.
That's
true.
Also, like
who we wait. There's this stick here for a second. Who are we kidding here? The mainstream do not care about Fallout. Like, Fallout sells very well. Fallout is definitely a niche market. That, don't get me wrong, it's a niche which is humongous. But if you're talking from a casual point of view, no, I don't think any of my friends could tell me what Fallout is.
No. They have a better chance of telling you what Skyrim is. 100%. And particularly Skyrim, not Elder Scrolls.
No, because of dragons, 100%. But let's stick on the conversation of, like, InXile, though. I agree with you, Matt, on... I think they should put Fallout to bed for a little bit. Let it go to sleep, let it chill, let it cool off. People who are enjoying 76, cool. They keep supporting 76 with a little bit of content here and there. Like, keep feeding that player base. But from a numbered point of view, or if they decided to go with the colon title as we would want, I think they should sit on it. Don't even put out another Fallout for a while, Xbox. Remember, this is Xbox that own this now. Sorry, Gresh.
Yeah. I think you have to remember that if InXile were to make a Fallout game, it wouldn't be in the vein of what Fallout currently is, the FPS type. It would be in the vein of like a Wasteland, which I think as a spin-off could absolutely work. I think people won't have a problem with it because, like, look at Fallout Shelter. People don't look at Fallout Shelter and like, oh man, this is really a downgrade in terms of the Fallout games or anything like that.
Well, the game started. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I never played 1 or 2 Fallout. Obviously, I'm a new Fallout fan. I didn't even play 3 or No Vegas. I only played 4, and 76 for a tiny bit. But they would be going home, right?
They'd be going back to what they used to be.
Going back to how Fallout started. So I think, like, again, it's back to what Xbox can do really well, which is what they did with InXile, which the Outer Worlds did as well, which is keep the genre of game in which they make, right? But make them smaller, more digestible. I think that's where the industry is going. I think that's where Game Pass is going. I think that's where video games in general are going. I think as much as I love Assassin's Creed, especially the new ones, but every time I think about jumping back into Valhalla, I'm so intimidated.
Yeah.
So for me, if you're going to tell me you can give me an RPG experience, that's why I was so hyped for the Outer Worlds, which end up not working for me personally. But I'm definitely going to jump into Avowed. Because I'm expecting that sort of level of, instead of 100 to 200 hour experience, I'm going to get a 20 to 40 hour experience, which, don't get me wrong, I can still live within that world. I can still grind out all of the things we expect. But to answer Squid's question, no. I don't think the InXile are working on the next Fallout game. I think Xbox need new IP. Xbox need to be building their own IP, which they own Fallout. They don't need Fallout right this precise second. Fallout 5 will sell gangbusters when it eventually comes. So sit back, relax. This wasn't a $7.5 billion deal that was made to make money instantly, even though they've probably already made that back in other avenues. Like, no, they need a slow process. Get out Starfield, get out Elder Scrolls, then they start working on Fallout 5.
Yeah. Also, if we were to get a Fallout game, I would see Obsidian probably doing a Fallout game before an Exile.
Agree.
A New Vegas too. Like, Obsidian's also mentioned in the past they would love to make a new one. I think this falls right in line. It just depends right now. Will they outweigh Outer World with that? And like, what does Microsoft want to do with it? And I'm sure they keep like that. The top people at Bethesda, like, they sort of do decision making around those franchises as well. So what do they want to do with it as well? So
we're getting really down the rabbit hole now. You just said New Vegas 2. Not only is it a spin-off, not only does it have a colon name, but now it's also a sequel.
Yeah, but I don't know if they necessarily call it New Vegas 2.
I think they
but,
would.
You know,
I think they would.
They
I think they would. Yeah, because you need that. I think that's one of the odd cases where I think it would work, because you would need to like, hey, remember that game that we made that everybody loved, absolutely thinks it was the best? Yeah, we need that namesake of like New Vegas, yes. 2, yes. Please, we need all of that.
Or do they call it Fallout Old Vegas, you know?
Oh my god. New Vegas? Do it,
New Vegas.
Call it
New Vegas.
Now we're getting nitty gritty. All right, let's move on.